What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we're going to be talking about NBA 2K23 MyTEAM again, and these are 5 mistakes to not make in game. These are 5 things that if you guys really should just kind of avoid doing. Again, if you're going to be someone who's collecting every single card, if you're someone who's putting in a lot of money or like 10 hours a day and time into this game, obviously these don't apply. These are just mostly for like the average player. Before you get on to, obviously, if you guys are new, subscribe. We are so close to 300k. We've actually gained like 400 subscribers in the last week. We are so close to 300k, lads. But anyway, now let's get on to the 5 things. So the first is do not buy expensive cards that do not expire. For example, you guys saw right here in this video, or in the video right behind me, you guys saw that there was, is it even in HD, is it? Let's go 1440p, I guess. You guys saw these like Season 1, Volume 1 cards. These cards, yeah, sure, they expire after 2 weeks. But what's going to end up happening is that like all of whatever the Steph Curry packs are, anytime you get those packs free, or anytime you get like these base set packs, you're going to probably see current Series 1, Volume 1. So like these cards, in the grand scheme of things, are going to be way more expensive on day 1, day 2, day 3 than they are going to be on day 11, day 12. So just don't spend a lot of MT on these, because again, there's just no point early in the year anyway having just your MT in situations that they're going to appreciate, because without contracts in the game, this one thing people don't realize is that cards are going to be more expensive. Because without contracts in the game, people are going to have a lot more MT on their hands, and basically what that means is you just got to be more careful. It's not like it's going to be a be all and end all thing. You just got to be that little bit more careful in terms of your MT. Another thing, and this is something that you're not going to see in many tip videos, and this is one of the most important things that I will tell you guys, unless you're like a content creator, but don't rush to level 40. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. There's 45 days in the season. The issue is that if you want to get Carmelo, or not Carmelo, if you want to get Scottie in the first week, you're going to need every expensive player. And for example, if you buy a Stephen Curry for 300k and then you sell him back for like 270k, you've made a like near 60k loss. If you want, I can guarantee you from tax alone and just depreciation of cards, if you want to get Scottie as soon as possible, you're going to lose 300-400k MT. Yes, sure, for some people 300-400k MT is nothing, but for a lot of us it isn't, which again, the average player, it's a lot. However, if you want to go slow and steady and get your Scottie Pippen, level 40 rewards, I don't advise anyone to get them late in the year, but I do say early in the year, they're 1,000,000% worth it. Because like, again, Carmelo Anthony, I had him in my squad till season 4. Like, nearly everyone will have Scottie Pippen somewhere in there, probably as their starting small forward or backup small forward. You don't need if you get Scottie, you don't need a new small forward, realistically, until December. And this season ends in like the middle of October. So that's one of the big things when it comes to Scottie Pippen, is that if you want to get him in September, sure, it's going to be grim. Like, it's going to be grim. You're going to be losing a lot of money. But if you want to get him with like a week to go in the season, like 2 weeks after he's available, then you're sorted. You're going to be fine. If you want to get him like before the end of the season, you don't need to rush. If you take this slow and steady, 1, it'll take you way less time. 2, it'll cost you less money. And 3, you're not going to have to do all the tedious challenges. Just don't rush for level 40. I'm telling you, it is something that I've done in previous years, and it is a big regret. Level 40s aren't going to go anywhere. Sure, obviously, you're going to want, if you want to get Scottie. Like, if you don't want to get Scottie, you don't want to get Scottie. If you really want to get Scottie, you want to get Scottie. But really, is 1 week worth all the extra stress that's involved? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But that is one thing you're probably not going to hear in any other of these tip videos. And it is one of, actually, like the biggest piece of advice I'm going to give you, just don't rush. Then there is a really obvious one, and is don't lock in for sets. I don't care what the sets are for. Like, again, you look at base sets, like you're seeing 10 tokens per base set here, and it's going to be something like that for these season 1, volume 1 sets. You're going to be seeing like really low amount of tokens for lock-ins. Like, they're just not worth it, because it's like 8 sets. You've probably seen 20 per lock-in. It's just not worth it. It's 160 tokens. Considering how much MT it's going to cost you and how much MT you're going to lose in depreciation, it's going to be crazy. Like, sure, you're going to need tokens to lock in player sets, but again, there's no rush on the trophy room. Obviously, again, you're going to need tokens to lock in. I'm guessing it's going to be in and around 15-20 tokens per team. I reckon it's going to be probably about 500 tokens to get all the like current players, which is a reasonable amount. But obviously, you're going to need them to lock in the trophy case. But at the same time, you don't need everything at the one time. Like, you will be able to get, let's just say it's max 60 tokens per team. Let's just say it's max 60 tokens to lock in an entire team. And you might need 5 of them in a season. That's 300 tokens. That, like, if you just play the game, it's doable. Like, we were sitting here. Like, again, I have spent on this account 1,500 tokens. Just nothing. I was sitting here on 200 tokens on this account. Or 2,000 tokens on this account. Lads, I started up this account in April. I was sitting on 2,000 tokens. I had 3,000 on my main account. Like, we get so many tokens, especially even early on in the year. I'm pretty sure I had Wolf Frazier in like a week, and I had like 300 tokens left after Wolf Frazier. I could have got 3 pink diamonds. There's people with 5 pink diamonds in a week. Like, tokens are easy to come by in this game. So spending a whole bunch of MT, locking in sets, like these sets, these base sets, all of these were at least 5k, the amethysts. Most amethysts were about 10k. All the rubies were 3 or 4k. Sapphires were all cheap. But like, you were looking at 30k for 10 tokens. And people were locking it in. It's a silly amount of MT for tokens. Just, it's not worth it. So lads, a little bit delayed. I do apologize for this video. And we're obviously having a little bit of a, well, we stopped. So we ended it on where I left, which obviously don't rush for level 40. There's no need for that. One more thing that I advise you strongly not to do is don't rush to play online. So make sure you have some sort of a team. Make sure you have some sort of players. Like, trust me, Fred Jones is going to be him. He's really going to be him. That's all I can say. So I at least wait till you get Fred Jones, because that dude is going to be him. And then also there's going to be a lot of other good players. Like, from what we've heard, again, from what I've seen on Twitter, apparently Al Horford's going to be elite. There's going to be a lot of good players to get day one. So try work up your team. Because if you go out ill-equipped online, you're screwed. If you were running 3 golds, you're not going out there winning. Even on, like, TTO. You're just not going out there winning. So you got to be equipped, well-equipped to be ready to play. To be well-equipped to win, you got to have the right players. And then one of the most important things you guys can do, don't look at overalls. I'm telling you. Another tip I would say is don't do domination, because these guys are all going to be bums, which is a scary thing. Randall is going to be pretty good. But like, I probably would advise against that. But don't look at overalls. A 90 overall player does not mean that it's better than an 89 overall player. Look at stats. Look at badges. Look at this website right here. You got to start looking at familiarize yourself with the database. This is where you get to see how cards really play in game. Which cards are good for their overalls, which cards are bad for their overalls. You can see stats, you can see animations, things like that. So it's going to be really, really interesting. But I would strongly advise you guys not to focus too much on overalls. Don't get bogged down in overalls, because at the end of the day, they're not like meaningless, but they don't mean that much. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is the video. Obviously, a little bit of a quick ending because I recorded a bunch of this and had to run and have to record this again. But the 5 things: don't buy like overly expensive cards to start. Like, definitely don't buy holos. That's just ridiculous. Don't lock in collections. It is never worth it. Don't rush for level 40. Again, a really, really important thing. Don't play online too early. Don't look at overalls. And again, if you guys are just someone that's want to use your favorite player, I mean, go for it. But again, you are going to be at a disadvantage. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.